All right. Home sweet home.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next episode of Comedians in Cars. And whilst it has been 3 weeks, nearly 3 weeks.
It feels like it's been 3 years.
It's Kabir Singh.
And we're off to the Improv. Jolly, jolly.
It's not that this is the only thing we do. It's what you call the most local comedians can get.
Oh my God, it is beautiful. I love it. San Jose Improv is my favorite club because look how far it is away from my favorite bar.
You can get drunk, and an Uber.
This is the only place where I will Uber to the Improv. Because I don't like being in cars with Uber. Mainly because, and I'll tell you, it's just, if you're in a car with a stranger for an hour with my severe ADD, they think I'm on drugs the whole time, B. All right, now I got to explain to them. And if they don't think I'm on drugs, I'll tell them I'm not on drugs, which makes me really look like I'm on drugs. So then I have to sit there for an hour. Improv's 20 minutes. You know, you get in and get out, keep the headphones on. I feel rude when I wear the headphones too. You know, I just don't know what the proper etiquette is with going with an Uber driver for more than 7 minutes. It gives me anxiety.
I took my first Uber this morning in a long time. I had to. So for those of you who care on my regular channel, the blue Volkswagen is actually being used for a commercial. I rented it out for use in a commercial. The car's making more money than I am today. It's kind of worked out well.
That's good. I like that.
I like that. But I had to get an Uber back. My first Uber in since April. Yeah, since April. And the guy wasn't wearing a mask properly. I'm like, I have been itching to write the bitchiest 1-star review, and you served yourself up. It was a masterpiece.
So he wouldn't wear it on properly.
He literally had
in a job where that's his only job, other than not like getting a DUI or murdering somebody.
It's not that difficult. By the way, if you don't know the politics of masks, and that's fine. There's other YouTube channels you can subscribe to. I'm not going to care. I wear mine to protect my 5-year-old. It's as simple as that. So hey, we gotta talk about it.
Yeah, speaking of wearing masks, that's all I've been doing the last.
No, not the mask. Let's talk about the real thing, because my audience has seen that they did it. What the hell happened?
AGT.
What is it? You don't like British people? They don't like you?
I had to yell at him. All right, we're in the top 15. This guy's being rude. And I gave it to him. It was really weird, man. We just kept tinkering with my set all the way up until I went on, and I was just like, I just don't feel very confident about this. But went up there. The audience was loving it. If you're live, they were great. That's why they all booed him. Mm-hmm. That's why when I said boo this man, the crowd goes nuts. They were already. I didn't just come up with boo this man.
No.
They were already booing him halfway, like a little bit right after the X, and then I was just all like, oh, this is perfect. Let's go out in Kabir style. How to boo this man. And we got tons of votes too.
Oh my God. I did the analytics. I still don't know how you lost, because going by the public displays of affection, the number of people who voted for you on Facebook and Twitter, you had this by 20. God, I'm starting to sound like you. This is weird.
Yeah.
You had this. Who
Come on, buddy.
Who told you to avoid the sprinkler?
Exactly.
I spent too much time with you.
Well, Simon's thinking it to me. No, great guy overall, and the judges were always really cool, man. It was a great run. I didn't realize that I've been on that show for like 3 months.
It's crazy, right?
We did 3 months. We went through 4 rounds, and we made a top 15.
Yeah, because you couldn't tell anybody about the first couple.
No.
We all knew you were doing something, but you kept to the NDA.
They didn't tell us what was airing. You know, they're just like, you can't tell anybody until like 74 hours, because they kept tinkering. I mean, it is quite a process. They have so many people went up in their first round and audition, the taped ones, and then the 2 live shows that I did. The taped ones were, you did it, and there was heck of people that got yeses and everything like that. A lot of a decent amount. Then they cut those guys in half, and then they cut them in another half of which ones they wanted to air. So the hard part wasn't getting from round to the quarterfinals to the semifinals, or the semifinals to finals. Those are the easy part. Getting past that first round is statistically the hardest part.
So I want to talk about
having it air.
So what's the name of the lady? Because she first saw you at Montana Big Sky.
Yeah, Nina. And she's to all the comedians out there that I always tell this to everybody. go out there and do these festivals because you never know who's going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
She saw me and got me right on the audition process.
Yeah.
Nothing. Just here you go. You're going on stage this day.
God bless she.
Saw me win it, and because people don't understand, these festivals aren't just to go out there and have fun with other comedians. You're showcasing for industry.
Mm-hmm.
The whole point is who you're going to meet at the industry.
Mm-hmm.
And everything I've gotten in the industry, dating back from everything, Amazon, Hulu, Comedy Central, those all came from showcasing in front of.
Yeah, and actually at this point, let me just say, I'm going to put a link in here right now to your. You actually talked about going to Montana. What was your pilot that you put out?
That was
together?
the Big Sky Festival and Side Hustle.
Side
right?
Hustle. So I'm going to put a link to Side
That's
Hustle.
a great show. Yeah.
Click on this. So he produced his own show, actually showcasing what
Other
other
comedians, yeah.
comedians do as their regular thing. I think you all know that I'm not actually a regular EV dad. I'm the chief marketing officer for a security software company.
They don't want you on stage.
He's doing the hard thing. This is how he pays his bills.
Yeah, and then I go interview other comedians that have actual day jobs, which I cannot imagine just juggling comedy with and then also having to be at work all day.
Yeah, so go and watch this because it's really
yeah, it's great.
I'm blessed to know a couple of these guys.
Oh yeah,
I didn't even know he was a barber.
Jay Rich is great.
Yeah.
I gotta go meet him, and then I gotta go into his barbershop in East Oakland and cut hair,
Yeah.
where I almost got murdered 4 times. So that's a fun one.
And by the way, I'm going to link to Rich's channel as well. He has a podcast. He had Russell on it.
Yeah, that's Rick James.
Rick James.
Rick James got Russell Peters on it. That was cool. Russell gave me a really cool shout out.
Thank you, sir.
Over the AGT run, and that was great. Good guys.
You've done well. A lot of Canadian support recently.
I had as much press as I did during this whole run in Canada than I did as much as in America. It was amazing. They love that show. Plus, not to mention, there's not an American judge on there. It's an international show.
That is true.
Right?
That is.
There's not one American judge.
That is.
It's English.
I'm not being
Canadian.
I don't think he's one of ours. You look at that man's teeth. He's not British anymore.
Oh no, he got all that.
He's either part horse or Los Angeles. There's no.
Oh yeah.
There's no middle ground.
I forgot that Howie was
reported
Canadian.
ahead.
I was better slow down. There's
Yeah.
a cop.
Yeah, thank you, Waze.
Waze always on top. Look, you can never leave too late. We're still getting there 20 minutes.
Let's see if that Kia. We'll find out if there's a policeman in a second because a Kia piece of shit is racing a Hyundai box of crap.
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know. Oh, I do know. It's a Scion. Somebody in the comments can help me out. The boxy Scion thing. We never got it in Europe.
No, there was no need to get that anywhere.
If you
it looks like a
it's
fridge.
not racist with comedians. We see that if you were an Asian kid coming up in 2016,
That's your car.
that's what you had.
That is what you were.
That was the passion wagon.
And you were the king of the out street.
Yeah, you would. That's you get a little Asian girl in the back because you couldn't get anything.
Yeah,
over
not
5 feet.
exactly. By the that's a good point.
Sorry, just logistics.
Well, I can't believe people buy that. I know 2 people with them. And I'm just all like, dude, I just I refuse to go in that car.
So hey, let's talk about.
It looks like a death trap. It is like it's just basically a freezer at a Hyatt.
Police reported ahead.
I'm calling it a Scion, and I'm thinking because I think it might be called it might actually be called a Cube. That might actually be.
There's like 2 people that make those cars. I know one of them is Scion, and the other one's garbage too.
Yeah, they're not.
But overall, yeah, man, I'm just I can't believe it was a great run. I had a blast, man. We got a lot of great things coming from it. It was a lot of heat. I loved the Boo Simon, but I am also really happy to be back to doing comedy shows. Doing what I love to do, just my own stuff. It's fun.
It is.
It was a great combination.
And I'm going to tell you right now, I've had the pleasure of knowing this guy and working with him, performing with him for years. The guy who runs 30, 40 minutes is not the guy who did 2 minutes.
I've never understood how people could do for 2.5.
And I can't link to it, but go and see his. Hold on, I'm doing you a favor.
Yeah.
If you have Amazon Prime, it was on Amazon Prime, right?
Dry Bar is my favorite, and then
we'll link to that.
unprotected sets that I did was a special on
Winery.
Yes,
In LA.
that was on Amazon, right?
That was Amazon, right?
That is
Was
the
that
one.
Hulu?
I think it's on both. I think
Got
it's
it wrong.
on. Yeah, but it's on. But basically, it's on Epix.
There's a link in the description.
Yeah.
I'll find it. There's a link in the description. I will say that is the proper version
Yeah.
which you were taking pieces out of.
That's the one because they
For
looked at my
AGT.
TV sets and then AGT was just like making them in jokes and putting them in different orders. But I will say that was a fun one because that happened dead middle pandemic.
Yeah.
That was in April. That was in May 2020. Can you
Yeah.
believe that? I mean, what comic is shooting a special in May 2020? And when they hit me up for it, it'd always be my favorite one because of just the timing. And it was so cool because at that point, I don't know if I did stand up for like the longest amount of time because
I
I
was
could do it.
I was doing Zoom shows with you. That's how bad it
March
was.
and April,
We
you know.
were doing that crazy Zoom show.
So for the longest amount I haven't been on stage in my whole life, all of a sudden they're just like, "Hey, you're coming to Burbank and shooting a special." And I was like,
Yeah.
and they were really cool, real safe about it. It was nuts, man. We had to do testings, and it was outdoors, which was nice.
What a venue.
Gorgeous.
Really.
It's right next to the Universal NBC, basically golf, their private golf course.
I think Tony Hinchcliffe did a thing though a while ago.
At the same venue.
Yeah, I reckon it
Oh.
looks vaguely familiar.
Beautiful venue. That's one of the nicest venues I've ever performed, especially outdoors.
So I want to talk now about let's put AGT back in its thing. Hopefully there'll be there's going to be some good follow up.
Oh yeah.
Maybe you get to go back in those things and
Oh yeah. That was
it
a blast.
It was awesome. But we talked about your earlier life. The people that watch this, they all love driving. So this is I've asked a couple of different comedians. This isn't my car and I can hear music. I've turned it all the way down and it just refuses to. It is what
It's at zero.
It's at absolute zero. It's muted and it's like you can hear it, right? It's not just me.
This is a crazy car.
It's bizarre. Let me see this. I wonder if it's. Let me do that. I can hear it.
I hear it.
The car is possessed. You don't think Simon Cowell? I don't want to
The
ask.
car is actually possessed.
He might Diana us.
I know, right?
So
Diana. There's no tunnels in America.
that's a new bit. You'll like that. I did that one recently. You know it's good when half the audience is laughing hysterically to the point of peeing themselves, and the other half is booing.
Yeah.
You know that's the sacred ground.
That's like right in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
You did good on both sides.
You're a young comic coming up. You gotta get. So here's my question: what's the furthest you've ever driven for 5 minutes of stage time?
Oh, this was years, long time. I've not done that in a while, thank God. Not too long. I think people go a little nuts with that thing. I mean, never more than like an hour. But it still is hour one way, 2 hours. But
Hold on. So let's take. So there's this Sunday tradition because you went up at Cobb's every Sunday.
Oh
for a
yeah,
while.
Punchline.
Yeah.
Sundays.
No Cobb's Punchline.
2000 must have been 2009 or 10.
So that's before Ron. That was with the old guy.
That was when actually Molly was there.
So this is before my time. So Ron Vai is the talent coordinator these days and national headliner.
Awesome guy. Got to see him in
And
Vegas.
but you knew the predecessor.
Yeah, so you were, she's basically the GM. She runs the whole operation now. But when I was over there, you would drive up. Sammy, usually I would get dragged by him.
Mm-hmm. This is Sammy Obadiah, by the way,
yeah.
who wrote and is one of the producers on Netflix's.
Yes, 100 Humans.
100 Humans.
So we had to go there and hang out all the time. So we would have to get there about 7:45.
Here's the show that we're doing tonight.
Oh yeah, we're doing the RKO comedy show today, which is a lot of fun, man. God, we've been doing these ones forever. So Punchline every Sunday they have a showcase for 2 hours, and these comics have to go there and hang out for about 6 to 8 or 9, 10 months just to get the first shot. And man, we went there in those times. Now talk about 5 minutes stage time. We would drive there back and forth. That's 2 hours, 4 or 5 hours every Sunday, and we would not go up for months. But yeah, that was probably the most effort I put into getting into anywhere like that. But it's cool though because when we were going, there were so many great comedians that were watching every week.
You had Ali Wong.
We had Ali Wong, Mo Mandel. Moshe Kosher, I keep messing up his name. Moshe. Some of my favorite Brent Weinbach. It was a blast, man. And when we started getting up, we just that's just something where you have to work hard to get into. And man, the appreciation after that, you know, club, and just when we used to be able to, now we just will show up and get on, pick your slot, and people are just like, oh, that's really lucky. I'm like, no, we definitely worked our ass off for that, and we appreciate the hell out of it too. It's just a complete blast. Fun comedy club too. Always good shows.
It's everyone brings their A game.
That's how you get good at these auditions. You know, there's no way I get past any rounds of AGT or Win Big Sky or SF International or any of that stuff without knowing how to do a 5 to 6 minutes. 2 minutes is crazy, but 5 minutes of 5 to 7 minute sets, and management sitting there watching, and the whole community's watching.
Oh,
so
community's the worst bunch of critics.
Yeah,
and the best
I
all at the
couldn't
same
care
time.
less about them, but but it was very cool because plus the audience, you know, they're expecting
It's a paying audience.
top notch.
Oh, it's $30. It's not a freebie.
And it's a complete legendary showcase. So, you know, that's straight comedy. That's my stuff. The nightclub, that's club comedy. So, that was always, you know, they expected a good show, and we had to give it to them.
So for those of you, because I appreciate not all my audience is comedy, you've got to understand that the punchline is special. This was Robin Williams' home club. This is when Dave Chappelle finished the Chappelle show and disappeared. He didn't disappear. He was staying in a hotel,
right?
And he was at the punchline,
right?
Exactly. and would turn up, and there's stories, and you know, like he would be working. He would do a 3-hour set.
Oh yeah,
working out material.
Oh, I've been there before when Chappelle showed us up.
Oh my god,
it's sick.
It is a.
And he would show up on Sundays too. I mean, that was the day to show up. He would just take that shit over.
I've never been there on a Sunday when he's done that. I would love to.
Oh, I've been there, man. I remember going up because this was at the time when I was closing out those showcases, the last comic. So they would come after the show. So sometimes you'd just be on stage and you'd get like a little light, and then you're like, I thought I had.
Why am I getting a light? Why am I getting?
Yeah, and then they'll just like all you do is should just flash the camera light. This happened when Bill Burr showed up, and she was just like, Bill Burr's here. Light. And I was like, yeah, okay, have a good night, everybody.
That's my time.
Yeah, it was cool seeing Chappelle. Those are the only 2 drop-ins I've ever seen while I was specifically there or on stage. But
I got
bigger than those.
I got bumped for Ron White.
Oh, okay.
In Denver. I had managed to blag an out-of-towner special.
Mm-hmm.
And
I like Ron White too. He sounds like a fun person.
Oh my god, he afterwards and by the way, if you go to comedy shows, tip the wait staff well. The comedians are being paid or volunteered to be there, but tip the wait staff because they hung around way after closing while Ron held court, and he was so nice while he insulted me, my heritage and everything about me. He was so nice about it. Like,
I can imagine.
Like, you're British, huh? So you never seen a real pair of titties, I'm guessing. I mean, he was...
See, those are the guys, those are the comedians that are hilarious off stage and on stage.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, they're, you know.
It's not an act.
No.
It's just...
They had to go into comedy because this is what they were good at.
Yeah. It's all construction.
Yeah.
It's one of those...
That's a good one.
Yeah, it was awesome. All right, so let me come back to my original question. If we take the... welcome to Alum Rock.
Is that where we are?
We're turning up Alum, yeah.
It's because they're having a great time.
Absolutely. The opioid... shut up, John. I have to edit myself later on. It's easier just not to say it sometimes. But...
Doesn't make the job... Doesn't make editing easier.
Some of the best tacos down there. Equal chance of getting shot and or great tacos.
Oh, this is going to be your burrito capital of the Bay Area.
See, everyone talks about Story and King. Alum Rock. But on the...
Where did that come from?
Right? But on the... just off the side of the freeway, on the cheap side of Alum Rock. There's a country club at the end, but we don't know anyone there who lives there. So we take the making your bones bit, you know, the getting past and all that good stuff. What's the furthest you ever driven for a gig? And what were you driving?
Prius. And what was the furthest I've
Say
ever...
you're from the Bay Area without saying you're from the Bay
Oh.
Area.
Excuse me. I just realized it. I think it was St. George.
In Utah.
Yeah, that was oh God. I'm booked at St. George, right?
God's from St. George,
yeah.
from what they tell me.
From a guy that used to book me in Volcano, California, at a hotel called the St. George. This guy booked me in St. George, Utah. Very confusing. What are the odds? The same guy that booked St. George, so I say yes to it. And then they called me. He's like, "What's your flight info?" And I'm like, "I'm not flying in from LA. I'm in the Bay Area. I'm just gonna drive to Volcano." He's like, "Hey, idiot! It's in Utah." And he's telling me this 20 hours before the show. And then he always is all like, "No, stop messing with me." And he was all like, "I said St. George." I'm like, "Dick, you've been booking St. George and Volcano. Why would you not mention the fact that it's the city?" So we slam into the car and we...
Where is Volcano? I don't know.
I'm out 12 hours.
Where's Volcano, California?
It is in between Sacramento and it's like Gold Country.
Oh, Placerville, somewhere like that.
Yeah, no, closer to Sacramento, but it's in this crazy hill.
It's in the hill. It's
insane. And I love the place too. Volcano, California is just one street. And it's just a really nice hotel with great food. And we would do these shows over there to just sell out automatically, like have 100 people, 20, 25, 30 bucks. But the fact that I messed that up was just hilarious.
Oh my
so
God.
I was forced to drive to the longest.
That is.
I couldn't believe what it was saying. I thought he was messing with me.
No, that's 1,000 miles. That's 1,000 miles out. It's 800 miles. It's 800 miles to Salt Lake City.
Oh,
and then it's another couple of hundred miles down to St. George.
Best part, I had full blown gout that week. So I gout and I had to drive it.
Wait. We weren't going to talk about this, but you had gout.
Yeah.
I know how much you drink.
No, it had nothing to do with the drink. I went nuts on a seafood festival, and I had this a reaction to. This was right after I got back from it's in Florida, right? I was at Disney World. I got gout at Disney World. How about that? Because we went to like an all-you-can-eat cake style. Like it was just random seafood shit that I'm not used to eating.
I don't think you had gout. Gout is when you get salt crystals forming in your toe.
Yes, it was ridiculous. Went to the doctor.
If you get gout, you don't drink for the rest of your life.
No. It's not that. I'm not giving up drinking for gout.
I'm sure the
I'll get
medical
a couple times a year.
medical
Call it a day.
professionals are filling the thing right now.
But the yeah, you're not. Yeah. Oh my God, I could not believe that when he told me that, and I was like, okay, great. So now I have to drive. So I Kim came with me, thank God, and she did some of the driving with me. But oh my God, I was in so much pain. By the time I got on stage, people were just like, I couldn't even walk.
Oh my God, that's
Yeah, I did a bunch of shows with gout.
Oh, that is funny.
Yeah, because it didn't go for 2 weeks.
That's funny.
I was just drinking water, and
Yeah,
no booze, and just no red meat, and it still took 2 weeks.
Oh my God, that's funny. It's not funny, but the fact that you confused Volcano with St. George, Utah, that is.
Yeah, and getting gout at Disney World. Could that be any? We're sitting there going, land to land, and people just think, oh my God, worst pain ever. But then I had a friend get gout in their arm. Somebody got an arm, and I had a friend that got in his neck.
You see, even I'm on this channel just to learn that headlights and you're crossing.
Oh, he's having a great time.
He
should have gout. Why did I get gout? Look at that asshole.
He's having fun. He's living his own life.
Downtown San Jose changes every time I come here.
Yeah. I actually, after our last thing, I actually went in a bar with all the 1980s arcade machines. I was living my teenage.
Love that place.
That is awesome. That is absolutely awesome.
I just don't know how sanitary it is right now.
I wouldn't lick my fingers after touching the buttons.
Nah, you play the game sometimes, it's fine. But it's way better than the place that used to be there.
The pawn, it was a pawnbroker. Like,
no,
it's been
Tunes?
everything.
It was like just a really rundown nightclub where you're just begging to get shot. It's called Tunes. It was legendary. People, you go after the show and be like, hey, let's go get a shot at Tunes. And I'm like, you're getting shot at Tunes. You could go get a shot across the street.
We should have just parked there. That was 12 minutes. You know what? I'm going big. I'm gonna spend $7 on parking tonight. Fuck it. That's Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's actually just be here for an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that be great? hit and run it. I'm going up first. Semi-finalist. The last thing I want to do is go, well, Good thing it's Sammy. When Sammy obeys on the show, you don't have to worry about filling time.
No. Sammy's
You'll be lucky if you get 8 minutes as the co-headliner.
Sammy's a big believer in narrative theory.
Oh yeah.
I was joking with him. So Kabir was the guy on stage. Don't get me wrong, but there was an army of us behind him offering both unsolicited and solicited advice.
Oh, here we go.
I've not done this for, but it's now with a no right turn. I'm like,
Oh no, just when that stupid bus.
just when that thing's there. $7. You know what? Go big.
Oh, it's on me, sir. Look at this. It's only. Wow. This place is dead today.
There's no one.
Wait, is everything closed on Wednesdays?
It's just.
Press the button for entrance. Please wait. Take the ticket.
See, I remember when we didn't have machines. We just had a guy, and you could either, you pay $20.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Remember
Right
you used to
here.
be the guy,
Oh, it was the best.
and it was $20 for parking or $10 if you didn't need a receipt.
Oh yeah, no, it's great.
I miss that guy. All right,
So
we
sexy.
will pick this up
After the show. Look at us finishing each other's sentences. So cute.